My friends, listen closely. The moment you decide, heaven and earth begin to move in your favor. Wealth is not a distant dream. It is a mindset, a decision, and a divine movement that begins inside you. Vision is the womb of creation. Nothing ever appears in the physical world until it is first seen in the invisible realm of the mind. Every building you walk past, every company you admire, every invention you use, they all began as a vision in someone's heart before they took shape in their hands. And so it is with your wealth, your success, your dream of becoming a millionaire. You must see it long before you see it. You cannot walk toward a destination that you do not see. Vision gives direction to your steps. It's like a lighthouse that cuts through the darkness, showing you where the shore lies even when the waves roar. Many people work hard, but very few work with vision. They are running fast, but they do not know where they are going. Vision is what transforms effort into destiny. If you can close your eyes and clearly picture your life as a millionaire, not in fantasy, but in faith, you have already stepped into the first stage of manifestation. See the house, see the peace on your face, see the joy of giving to others, see the stability in your family, see yourself walking in confidence. Don't rush this process. The clearer your inner picture becomes, the faster your outer world will align with it. Most people limit themselves because they only believe in what they can see with their eyes, but the most powerful sight is inner sight. Physical eyes show you your present condition. Inner eyes show you your future potential. The poor man who can see abundance within himself will not remain poor for long. The rich man who sees lack inside will soon lose what he has. Your life will always move in the direction of your dominant vision. Vision is not wishful thinking. It is spiritual seeing. It is knowing that what you imagine in faith is more real than the temporary situation around you. When you hold your vision firmly, it begins to pull you forward. You start noticing opportunities you once overlooked. You feel energy rise in you when others are tired. You begin to speak differently, walk differently, and act with purpose. Why? Because vision gives birth to identity. There is a creative law that responds to mental images. The moment you consistently picture yourself in abundance, your mind starts to attract ideas, people, and circumstances that match that picture. You may call it faith, the universe, divine law, or spiritual magnetism. The name doesn't matter. What matters is that the inside always creates the outside. When you rise every morning, the first thing you should do is see. Before touching your phone, before checking messages, take a few minutes to build your inner movie. Speak to yourself. I can see myself living in overflow. I see new clients calling me. I see my accounts growing. I see peace in my home. I see health, energy, and joy flowing through me. Let your imagination paint your tomorrow so strongly that your doubts lose their color. But vision alone is not enough if it is not protected. You must guard your mental picture like a precious seed. Negative people, discouraging voices, and daily distractions will try to blur your vision. They will say, "Be realistic." They will laugh at your dreams. They will try to convince you that what you see inside is impossible. Smile and protect your vision. A seed cannot grow if it is dug up every day to see if it's working. Keep it planted in the soil of faith. When you nourish your vision with daily affirmation, gratitude, and belief, it grows roots deep in your spirit. Soon you start to feel an inner assurance that no one can shake. You just know that your breakthrough is on the way. This confidence is not arrogance. It is spiritual certainty. It is the quiet knowing that the picture in your mind is already forming in the unseen realm. Every great achiever lived by vision. They looked at what was not yet there and said, "It shall be." The world may not understand your vision now, but it is not supposed to. It was given to you. It is your responsibility to hold it, nurture it, and act upon it. Others will only see it once it becomes visible. You must see it while it is invisible. Do not confuse sight with vision. Sight looks at facts, vision looks at truth. Sight sees the bank account balance, vision sees the wealth being created. Sight sees the small apartment, vision sees the mansion. Sight sees the obstacles, vision sees the outcome. Choose to live by vision, not by sight. There will be days when your vision feels distant. On those days, do not despair. The gap between your current situation and your dream is not a void. It is a bridge under construction. Every step you take in faith is another plank added to that bridge. Keep walking, even when you can't yet see the other side. 1 month can change everything when vision takes hold of you. A single inspired idea, a sudden open door, a person sent into your path. These are not coincidences. They are responses to your inner vision. Life begins to rearrange itself to match the image you consistently hold. The world is simply a mirror reflecting what you carry inside. So today, make your vision alive, write it down, speak it aloud, picture it with emotion. Don't just say, "I want to be a millionaire." Say, "I am walking into my millionaire mindset. I am increasing in wisdom, opportunities, and favor. I see it, I believe it, I receive it." Let your vision be so alive that it becomes impossible for you to think small again. Remember this truth: before any miracle appears in your life, it first appears in your imagination. When you master the art of seeing, nothing will be withheld from you. Wealth is not created by money, it is created by vision. Hold your vision, act on it, and soon your reality will catch up. That is the power of vision. The birthplace of every millionaire mindset. Faith in action is the bridge between what you believe and what you receive. It is the invisible energy that transforms dreams into reality. You can believe with all your heart, but until your belief is expressed through movement, it remains a seed buried in the soil, waiting for water. Faith is that seed, but action is the rain that causes it to grow. Many people say they have faith, but they never move. They speak of success, they dream of abundance, but their feet never walk toward the vision they see. Real faith doesn't sit still, it takes steps even when the path isn't visible. Faith without action is like a lamp with no oil. It has the potential to shine, but without fuel it stays dark. There must come a moment when you rise from belief to motion. You may not see the whole staircase, but you can take the first step. You may not know how it will happen, but you can begin. Faith in action is when you say, "I will move forward, even if I don't have all the answers." That kind of faith attracts miracles because it shows the universe and your own subconscious mind that you are serious. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve lies in this one principle: action backed by faith. When you act in fear, you hesitate. When you act in doubt, you retreat. But when you act in faith, doors open, opportunities appear, and strength rises in you that you didn't know you had. Faith in action makes the impossible possible because it shifts your energy from waiting to creating. You might look at your life today and see limitations. Maybe you say, "I don't have enough money," or "I don't have the right connections." But faith doesn't look at what you lack, it looks at what can be. When you take the first small step, the next one is revealed. The universe rewards those who move. You cannot steer a parked car. It must be in motion for direction to matter. In the same way, faith must be moving to be guided. Every great achievement begins with a risk. The person of faith understands that safety is an illusion. There is no progress in comfort. When you act in faith, you step out of the boat and walk on the water of possibilities. The winds of fear may blow, but the power that sustains you is stronger than the waves beneath you. You may stumble, but faith lifts you again. Every failure becomes a lesson, every setback becomes a setup, and every obstacle becomes a doorway. Action validates belief. If you truly believe that you will become a millionaire, your actions must reflect that belief. You will not spend your time carelessly. You will not speak words of lack. You will begin to plan, to strategize, to learn, to sow, to serve. You will rise earlier, think sharper, and move with intention. That is faith in motion. You are saying to life, I believe in my future so deeply that I am preparing for it right now. When you begin to act in faith, you will feel resistance not because you are failing, but because you are shifting realms. Every new level of life requires new movement, and movement stretches you. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure. It is proof that you are growing. Faith does not promise an easy journey, but it guarantees a powerful one. Each act of faith builds momentum until success becomes inevitable. Many people wait for perfect conditions before they act. They say, when I have more time, I'll start, or when I get enough money, I'll invest, or when everything feels right, I'll begin. But perfect conditions never come. Faith creates the right moment. It does not wait for it. The ones who win in life are those who act when they feel unprepared, but trust that the way will unfold. The door opens for those who knock, not for those who sit outside imagining it. There is a rhythm to faith and action. Faith gives you the vision, action confirms your commitment. Faith says, I can, and action says, I will. When the two work together, results follow. You may not see them immediately, but every step taken in faith is recorded in the invisible world. Momentum builds silently until one day the harvest appears suddenly. That sudden, a success people talk about, is never truly sudden. It is the visible result of unseen persistence. Acting in faith also means taking inspired action, not random motion. It means listening to the quiet voice within, the whisper that says, go here, call this person, try this idea. Those gentle nudges are divine signals guiding your path. Trust them. Don't wait for a lightning bolt of certainty. Follow the inner peace that leads you step by step. Each act, no matter how small, becomes a seed of destiny. Even the smallest act of faith carries great power. When you choose to invest a little when fear tells you to save, that's faith in action. When you choose to forgive and move forward instead of holding bitterness, that's faith in action. When you study late, practice longer, or give your best when no one is watching, that's faith in action. The cumulative power of those decisions shapes your future more than any single leap of luck. Faith that moves is faith that grows. Every time you act despite doubt, your inner strength expands. You begin to trust not only in divine timing, but also in yourself. You realize that you are co-creating your destiny. You stop waiting for miracles and start becoming the miracle. Faith in action transforms you from a passive observer of life into an active participant in your own success story. So, if you truly desire to be a millionaire in 1 month, don't just believe, move. Write down your plan, visualize your outcome, take that first call, make that first sale, start that project, or launch that idea. Every small act done in faith carries divine multiplication. When you combine the invisible power of belief with the tangible energy of action, life has no choice but to respond. Faith moves mountains, but faith with action climbs them. Do not wait for permission to begin. Begin now with what you have where you are, and watch as life begins to open in ways you never imagined. Your breakthrough is not waiting in the future, it is waiting for your first step today. Words are the architects of your destiny. Every sentence you speak, every thought you voice, carries creative power. Your words are not empty vibrations. They are living forces that shape your world. You may not realize it, but every success and every failure in your life began as a word, spoken, thought, or declared. The universe listens to the language of your mouth and heart. It takes what you say and mirrors it back to you. This is why it's written deep in the fabric of life. Speak life and life will multiply. Speak lack and lack will expand. If you desire to be a millionaire, you must begin by changing your language. You cannot speak poverty and expect prosperity. You cannot complain about what you lack and expect to receive abundance. The lips that murmur negativity cannot produce miracles. You must train your tongue to speak what you want, not what you fear. When you declare, "I am blessed," even if you don't yet see it, you are giving permission for that blessing to form. When you say, "I am attracting opportunities," life begins to align people, ideas, and circumstances to prove your words true. The most powerful tool given to humanity is speech. Words have built empires, healed nations, and birthed revolutions. Words have also destroyed relationships, crushed dreams, and imprisoned minds. The same tongue that can curse can also create. The difference lies in awareness. Most people speak unconsciously. They let frustration, anger, or fear dictate their speech. But those who understand the law of words speak deliberately. They do not speak to describe their reality, they speak to design it. Every time you speak, you are planting seeds in the garden of your future. Your words are like invisible messengers that go forth and prepare your tomorrow. When you say, "Nothing ever works out for me," that message begins to arrange circumstances to fulfill your prophecy. When you say, "I always find a way," that message opens doors that others cannot see. You are constantly creating your experience through your declarations, whether you realize it or not. Your life today is a reflection of the words you consistently spoke yesterday. Look around you, your environment, your finances, your relationships, they are echoes of your past vocabulary. If you want to change your life, start by changing your language. Don't just say positive things when you feel good. Speak with authority even when you feel uncertain. Words have a frequency, and consistent speech reprograms your subconscious mind. When your mind is trained to expect abundance, it naturally begins to attract it. To master your words, you must first master your thoughts. The tongue only speaks what the mind feeds it. If your mind is full of fear, your mouth will release doubt. If your mind is filled with gratitude, your mouth will speak life. This is why inner discipline is key. Begin to observe the words that leave your mouth daily. When you catch yourself saying something limiting, replace it immediately. If you say, "I can't afford this," change it to, "I am learning to attract more resources." If you say, "This is too hard," shift it to, "I am growing stronger through this challenge." Each correction rewires your internal system. Never underestimate the power of self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself are the most influential of all. Every day, you are either empowering yourself or weakening yourself through your internal dialogue. When you wake up and say, "Today will be extraordinary," your energy rises. When you look in the mirror and declare, "I am capable, I am focused, I am favored," your confidence grows. But when you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," you sabotage your potential before you even begin. The words you speak to yourself are seeds that either feed faith or fuel fear. There is also power in spoken gratitude. When you thank life in advance for blessings not yet visible, you accelerate their arrival. Gratitude is the language of abundance. It tells the universe, I trust that good things are already on their way. The moment you begin to speak gratitude for what you have and what is coming, your vibration rises. Suddenly, ideas flow, people respond, and opportunities appear because you are aligned with the frequency of receiving. Your words also influence others. When you speak life into those around you, you multiply life within yourself. Encourage, uplift, and affirm others, not from flattery, but from genuine belief in their potential. The same creative energy that flows from your words to bless others will circle back and bless you. Every word of kindness becomes a returning wave of favor, but remember, careless words are costly. Speaking in anger, gossiping, or constantly criticizing others blocks the flow of abundance. Negative speech carries low energy. It creates confusion and invites resistance. When you gossip, you plant seeds of negativity that eventually return to your own field. Discipline your tongue to speak only what edifies, what uplifts, what inspires. That kind of speech builds a fortress of positive energy around your life. When you start living consciously through your words, something miraculous happens. Your speech becomes prophetic. You begin to speak things that later unfold exactly as you said. You declare peace and find peace. You declare growth and see expansion. You declare wealth and attract it. The world starts to obey the command of your consistent declarations. This is why every morning you should declare who you are and what you are becoming. Speak it aloud with conviction. Say, I am a magnet for prosperity. I am surrounded by favor. Every opportunity meant for me finds me easily. I walk in abundance, I think in abundance, and I give in abundance. Let these words flow with emotion, because emotion is the engine that drives your words into reality. Don't let your circumstances silence your declaration. When life gets hard, speak even louder. When things look uncertain, speak with greater certainty. You are not describing your current condition. You are commanding your future. The more you speak what you want, the more your energy aligns with that reality. In 1 month, you can transform your life simply by changing your words. Replace complaint with praise. Replace doubt with declaration. Replace worry with worship. Speak life into your business, into your health, into your relationships. Speak as if what you desire is already here, and your life will begin to shift to match your speech. Words create worlds. Every millionaire began by speaking like one before they became one. The moment your words and your belief agree, reality has no choice but to obey. So guard your tongue, direct your speech, and watch as your life rises to the level of your declarations. Speak wealth, live wealth, and soon you will become the wealth you've been declaring all along. The morning is the foundation of your destiny. How you begin your day determines how your day will unfold, and how your days unfold determines how your life will turn out. Every sunrise is a divine invitation to start again, a fresh canvas on which you can paint the picture of your future. Those who conquer their mornings conquer their lives. The secret of transformation, discipline, and abundance begins when the world is still asleep and silence fills the air. The morning is when the universe listens most closely to what you declare. It is the sacred hour when your spirit is clear, your energy is pure, and your thoughts are most powerful. Successful people, leaders, creators, and visionaries all understand this. The morning is not just another part of the day. It is the command center of destiny. When you wake up with intention, when you take authority over your first hour, you take authority over everything that follows. But when you begin your morning in chaos, rushing, scrolling, and reacting, you hand your power to the noise of the world. A distracted morning creates a distracted life. A disciplined morning creates a disciplined destiny. The first battle you win each day is the battle against laziness. When your alarm rings and you rise instead of snoozing, you declare victory over weakness. That small act of self-control sets the tone for the rest of the day. You tell your body, I am in charge. And the moment you take control of your mornings, you begin to reprogram your mind for success. Those who master the morning are not slaves to their moods, they are masters of their moments. The early hours are sacred because your mind is fresh, your thoughts are uncluttered, and your energy is aligned. This is the time to visualize, to affirm, to speak life over your goals. Before the world distracts you, speak to your world. Declare your day into existence. Today is my day of progress. Today I attract opportunities. Today I walk in strength and confidence. When you make this a daily practice, your subconscious begins to accept these declarations as reality, and soon your outer life adjusts to match your inner words. Don't let your mornings be consumed by noise. Don't reach for your phone before you reach for your peace. The moment you wake up and flood your mind with notifications, comparisons, or negative news, you weaken your focus. Protect your mental space in the morning like a treasure. Begin your day with gratitude, prayer, meditation, reading, or planning. Feed your spirit before you feed your schedule. What you put into your mind in the first hour sets the rhythm for the next 20. 3. The morning is also the best time to plan. Success is not a result of luck, it is a result of preparation. In the quiet of the morning, write down your goals, review your priorities, and visualize your outcomes. The mind loves order, and the morning offers clarity. When you set intentions early, you stop living reactively. You move from survival to creation. Instead of drifting through the day, you direct it. This one shift alone can multiply your productivity and your results. Another secret of powerful mornings is movement. The body and mind are connected. When you move your body, you awaken your mind. Exercise, stretching, or even a short walk increases energy, sharpens focus, and releases stress. Motion creates emotion. When your body is alive, your spirit feels alive. You are not just waking your muscles, you are waking your potential. A strong morning routine builds physical strength, mental discipline, and emotional stability. The morning is also the best time to feed your faith. Read something that inspires you, something that reminds you of who you are and what you're capable of. Don't start your day doubting your worth or fearing your future. Fill your mind with truth, affirmations, and positive energy. The person who begins their morning with inspiration walks through the day with power. Faith is like a muscle. The more you feed it early, the stronger it carries you later. Some people think success is about long hours, luck, or opportunity. But the truth is, success is built in the quiet moments that no one sees. It is built in those early hours when you could be sleeping, but instead are shaping your future. It's built when you choose to study instead of scroll, to plan instead of panic, to create instead of complain. The morning is the furnace of discipline, and discipline is the currency of success. When you start your day with intention, everything you touch begins to reflect that energy. Your conversations become sharper, your decisions become wiser, and your presence becomes magnetic. People can feel when you are centered and focused. You no longer chase opportunities. You attract them because your energy is aligned with clarity and purpose. There is also a deep spiritual reason for mastering your mornings. Early hours are when your heart and mind are most open to guidance and intuition. Many divine ideas are born in quiet mornings. The solutions you seek, the inspiration you need, the next step for your business or dream, they often come not in chaos, but in stillness. When you give your mornings to reflection and listening, you begin to receive insights that ordinary minds miss. It doesn't matter where you start or how busy your life may be, you can reclaim your mornings. Even 30 minutes of focused time can transform everything. Wake up a little earlier than usual, sit in silence, breathe deeply, set your intentions, visualize your success. Speak words of gratitude, move your body, feed your mind. Protect this time fiercely, for it is the seed of your greatness. When you train your mornings, you train your destiny. The morning is where habits are born, and habits shape your future. The person who commands the first hour commands the next 24. Begin every morning with purpose, and you will begin every month with progress. So tomorrow, when the sun rises, don't just wake up, rise up. Rise with intention, with gratitude, and with determination. Declare who you are and what you will achieve. Align your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because the way you begin your day is the way you build your destiny, and those who conquer the morning will always conquer their dreams. Money is a mirror that reflects the value you bring to the world. Those who chase money often find themselves running in circles, but those who focus on becoming valuable are the ones who attract it effortlessly. True wealth is not a result of chasing numbers. It is the natural consequence of serving with excellence, solving real problems, and becoming someone others can trust, respect, and rely upon. When you shift your mindset from "how can I get" to "how can I give," you step into the flow of abundance. Money flows where value grows. Every person is born with gifts, talents, and abilities that the world needs. But most people bury their gifts under fear, doubt, or laziness. They wait for the perfect opportunity instead of developing what's already in their hands. The truth is, you don't need to look for money. You need to look for ways to multiply your value. When you become excellent at what you do, when you develop mastery, when you add genuine worth to others' lives, the world cannot ignore you. Value always finds its reward. Think of the people you admire, the innovators, creators, entrepreneurs, or leaders. They did not become wealthy by chasing every dollar. They became wealthy because they provided something others needed and could not find anywhere else. They became valuable. The singer who perfects her voice, the teacher who transforms her students, the designer who crafts with passion, these people attract wealth not because they seek it, but because they serve through their gift. Your talent is your treasure chest, but it must be opened, refined, and shared. When you focus on becoming valuable, you start to think differently. Instead of asking, "How can I earn more money?" you begin asking, "How can I help more people? How can I make this process better? How can I deliver greater excellence?" Those questions shift you from scarcity to abundance. Money follows those who solve problems. Every dollar in circulation is a reward for value created. The more value you bring, the more money flows toward you naturally. But value does not appear overnight. It is built through discipline, consistency, and continuous improvement. You cannot become valuable while being comfortable. Growth demands effort. You must learn, practice, and push beyond what is easy. The person who becomes a millionaire in 1 month is not lucky, they are focused. They are intentional about increasing their value every single day. They study their craft, improve their skills, and constantly seek ways to serve others more effectively. The moment you stop chasing money and start chasing mastery, your entire life changes. You move from desperation to confidence. You no longer fear competition because no one can compete with authenticity. When you operate in your gift and refine it daily, you step into a space where you are irreplaceable. The marketplace doesn't pay for average, it pays for excellence, and excellence is born from a heart that values growth more than gain. Being valuable also means being dependable. People of value do not make empty promises, they deliver. They show up on time, keep their word, and give their best even when no one is watching. Reliability is a form of value that money cannot buy. When people know they can trust you, when your word carries weight, doors open for you. Opportunities chase reliability. One act of consistency can open a door that luck could never unlock. To become valuable, you must also cultivate character. Wealth without integrity is short-lived. True abundance flows to those whose intentions are pure, who seek to uplift rather than exploit. When your motivation is to contribute, not just to collect, life rewards you with favor and peace. People feel your energy, they sense when your work comes from a place of passion and service. That energy draws more success than any marketing strategy ever could. You must also understand that value is not just in what you do, but in how you do it. Two people can perform the same task, but one does it with care, creativity, and heart, and that makes all the difference. Excellence is an attitude, not a skill. It's how you show up, how you speak, how you think, how you treat others. Every interaction is a chance to express value. When you pour care and intention into your work, even small acts become seeds of greatness. If you want to attract wealth quickly, identify your unique strength and amplify it. Ask yourself, what do I do easily that others find difficult? What do people often thank me for? What activity makes me lose track of time because I love it so much? Inside those answers lies your value zone, the place where your passion meets the world's need. When you discover it and begin to refine it, money will find you faster than you can imagine. Another principle of value is service. The more people you serve, the greater your reward. A business that serves 10 people can survive, but one that serves 10,000 can thrive. Expand your capacity to give, to teach, to create, to help. The person who enriches others' lives cannot stay poor for long. Service multiplies success. Each life you impact adds invisible currency to your name, trust, goodwill, and influence, and these attract tangible wealth in due time. Yet, while value brings wealth, you must remember, value begins with self-respect. You cannot give what you don't believe you have. When you see yourself as valuable, you act accordingly. You stop settling for less. You raise your standards. You choose excellence in how you live, speak, and think. The world mirrors back how you see yourself. Believe you are worthy of abundance and you will act like it. Act like it long enough and you will manifest it. To live by value means to live with purpose. You don't chase quick profits. You build lasting impact. You don't manipulate. You multiply. You don't take shortcuts. You take responsibility. And in doing so, you create a foundation so strong that even when challenges come, your wealth remains. Because wealth rooted in value is unshakable. In 1 month, a person can transform completely by focusing on becoming more valuable. Learn something new each day, improve your craft, treat every interaction as sacred, give more than you are paid for. Serve with joy, speak with kindness, deliver excellence. And soon, opportunities will begin to knock. Clients will begin to call, and money will begin to flow, not because you chased it, but because your value demanded it. Money is a follower, not a leader. When you lead with value, money follows your steps. The most powerful people are not those who hoard wealth, but those who generate it through service and skill. So stop chasing money, chase value. Become valuable, and everything you desire, wealth, respect, opportunity, peace will chase you in return. Gratitude is the master key that unlocks the door to abundance. It is the divine magnet that draws more blessings into your life. When you live with a grateful heart, you align yourself with the rhythm of increase. Everything in life responds to gratitude because gratitude is the language of multiplication. The moment you appreciate what you have, you give life permission to give you more. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into miracles and turns scarcity into overflow. Many people wait for something big to happen before they feel thankful. They think gratitude is a reaction, something to express after success comes. But true gratitude is proactive. It is the fuel that creates success. You don't wait to be blessed to give thanks. You give thanks to attract blessings. Gratitude is not a passive feeling. It is an active force. When you wake up every morning and say, "Thank you for this new day, for breath, for strength, for another chance to grow," you start your day on the frequency of abundance. The universe hears that vibration and responds in kind. A thankful heart sees opportunity where others see obstacles. Gratitude sharpens your spiritual eyesight. It makes you aware of what's working instead of what's missing. When you focus on what's missing, you expand lack. But when you focus on what's already good, that goodness grows. The law of focus states that what you give attention to multiplies. Gratitude shifts your attention toward growth, solutions, and blessings. It moves your thoughts from "I don't have enough" to "I already have more than enough." That mental shift changes everything, because abundance always begins in the mind before it manifests in the world. Gratitude is also the foundation of peace. A grateful heart cannot be anxious. When you practice thankfulness, you silence the voice of worry. You begin to trust the process even when you can't see the full picture. Gratitude tells your heart all is well even if it's not perfect. It anchors you in faith, reminding you that every challenge carries a hidden gift. When you give thanks even for difficult moments, you transform them into lessons that elevate you. Life responds to that energy by giving you strength, wisdom, and unexpected breakthroughs. Gratitude also deepens your connection with others. When you appreciate people genuinely, not out of flattery, you draw them closer. You inspire loyalty, kindness, and cooperation. People love to give to those who value what they offer. Whether it's your clients, your colleagues, your family, or your friends, your gratitude becomes the soil in which relationships flourish. A simple "thank you," spoken with sincerity, can open doors that effort alone cannot. Gratitude builds bridges where pride builds walls. When you live in gratitude, you start noticing the small blessings that surround you every day: the warmth of the sun, the taste of food, the smile of a stranger, the quiet strength in your spirit. You stop rushing through life and start feeling it. Gratitude slows you down enough to realize how rich you already are. You may not have everything you want, but you have everything you need to begin. That awareness brings contentment, and contentment is the birthplace of true prosperity. There's also power in expressing gratitude out loud. Silent gratitude is beautiful, but spoken gratitude creates vibration. When you say, "Thank you, life, for everything," you release a sound that shifts your inner state. Your words carry frequency, and gratitude's frequency is one of the highest vibrations a person can emit. It attracts joy, clarity, and blessings. Each time you speak words of appreciation, you're sending a message to the universe: I am ready for more. But gratitude isn't only for the good days. The real test of gratitude is during hardship. Can you give thanks when the deal falls through, when you lose a job, when your plans crumble? The person who can remain grateful in difficulty has mastered the law of abundance. Because gratitude in the storm tells the universe that your faith is greater than your frustration. And faith is what keeps the door of miracles open. When you are grateful in darkness, you call light into being. Divine timing works hand in hand with gratitude. Sometimes you may feel that life is slow, that your progress is delayed. But gratitude teaches patience. It helps you understand that every blessing has a season. What is meant for you cannot miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. Gratitude keeps your spirit calm while life rearranges itself in your favor. When you thank life even while waiting, you accelerate divine timing because thankfulness shows trust. And what you trust, you attract faster. One of the greatest secrets of those who live abundantly is that they never stop being thankful. They thank life not only for what is visible, but also for what is unseen. The opportunities forming behind the scenes, the lessons being learned, the protection from paths that were not right for them. They understand that gratitude isn't about perfection, it's about perception. The same situation that frustrates one person can bless another, depending on how it's viewed. Gratitude gives you the higher perspective, the ability to see purpose in every experience. When you live in gratitude, you radiate a different kind of energy. People feel peace around you. They sense your joy, your calmness, your confidence. That energy attracts success because success is drawn to joy. No one wants to do business with bitterness, but everyone is drawn to the one who radiates gratitude. Your thankful attitude becomes your most powerful marketing tool. It draws connections, trust, and opportunities effortlessly. Gratitude also strengthens resilience. When you are thankful, failure doesn't break you, it builds you. You see mistakes not as final but as feedback. You start saying, I'm grateful for what this taught me, and that keeps you moving forward. Gratitude keeps your heart soft and your vision clear. It prevents bitterness from taking root. It keeps your spirit light even when the journey is heavy. To live with gratitude is to live in alignment with abundance itself. Every day, give thanks for what you have, for what you're becoming, and for what's on its way. Wake up with gratitude and go to sleep with it. Whisper thank you throughout the day, when you eat, when you breathe, when you work, when you rest. Let gratitude become your constant song. When you walk in gratitude, doors open effortlessly. Life favors the thankful. The more you appreciate, the more you receive. This is not a mystical idea. It is a universal principle. Gratitude multiplies whatever it touches. So instead of chasing what's missing, nurture what's present. Be grateful for every step, every lesson, every breath. Because the moment you start to truly thank life, life begins to thank you back with blessings beyond your imagination.